This is a shot of whiskey.
Is it whiskey?
Yes, whiskey vanilla.
Oh,
Vanilla
dude.
whiskey.
Right.
I don't know why we
Shot
taking
of-
this.
Shot. Let's take a shot. It's Friday. Let's do it. It's Friday? Oh. Already feel throwing up, bro. Already feel like throwing up.
When's the last time you cried?
Man, last time I cried was in the what episode was it?
Oh yeah, that's the last time you cried. You haven't cried.
No,
recently?
I actually cried for that new movie, Sound of Freedom.
For real?
Yeah,
Oh man.
but it was like a one moment where it hits you in your heart, and you're like, damn,
Yeah.
it puts you in that mood.
I think for me, Sound of Freedom had to be one of those movies where you leave out of there feeling like, oh,
I gotta watch out.
I gotta be careful next time about my nephews, or like it just hits you because you're like, dude, I was blinded to this thing going on everywhere. I didn't know shit about.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
think about how many white bands you see pass by where you don't know there could be anything in there.
So all three of us went to watch that new movie, Sound of Freedom.
Right.
But we all watched it in 3 different times. I watched it with Janelle, our sister. You watched it with your girlfriend, and then you watched it with your family, right? Or with Ashley. How did y'all feel about it?
So I went kind of like, I think it was maybe that same Friday that it came out. And to me, it was a good experience. Like a lot of people were there. Nothing like, crazy. Normal movie. It was like, we went to go see it. We have our popcorn. We're enjoying the movie. We're into it. But then, fast forward to a couple of days later, we start hearing TikToks about other people's experiences, right? Like they went to go see the movie and something was going on that either they're refunding the money and because of maybe there was no AC or
Excuses.
Which is dumb because like why would there be no AC on one room, right? Does every room have its own AC?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a AC for this half of the movie theater or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, I just feel
that
like
don't make sense.
I feel like it was a little sketchy, and knowing that a lot of people were having the same experience, it sparked up a lot of questions.
Only
like,
for that
why?
movie too.
Yes.
Well, right now for AMC, we recently went to go see another movie, and supposedly the whole AC in the whole building isn't working. They had
I get it. The whole building.
No, but
you know what I mean?
get this, like we go to watch our movie and the AC is working fine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are you telling people as soon as you go in there that the AC is not working? And you know that the movie that we're gonna go see is not the movie. Is not Sound of Freedom. It's a different movie. So it's kind of like I was thinking like they're probably just saying that to cover that they don't have AC on that specific movie, but let's just make it to where everybody thinks it's just random. And why is it that whenever we want to go watch our movie, there was AC in there? There was no issues at all.
Yeah, because when we went, me and Janelle went to go watch it, and there was no AC, bro.
Oh, really?
There was no AC. We were literally like fucking.
But did they tell y'all that hey,
nothing?
we can refund you the
we
money?
literally just went in there like a normal movie, sat down, and then like with time, you started feeling like, damn, it's a little hot.
But
there was
nobody
no
came
AC.
and tried to give you a refund or nothing?
No, I mean obviously not. We didn't even go
that's
ask for
crazy.
one.
So what do you guys
crazy.
think is going on? Like,
Well, the truth about it, which is pretty obvious, and I'm pretty sure it is what it is that they don't want this movie to obviously be advertised. They don't want people to, because think about it, if a movie gets some sort of big, like let's say Titanic, you know how it's so the number one world most known. You don't want that movie to be the number one world's most known. So you want to stop that. You want it to stop a record breaking so it could be on the news. You don't want it to be on the news. You don't want it to be known. Whenever a movie theater has to refund you money, that refunded money doesn't count towards the gross profit. And you know what I mean?
But why that movie?
Think about it. Child trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You think you want that to be known and people to stop it, or be aware of it?
They don't want to open that door of people are like looking around and seeing like, oh shit, like what is this about?
Yeah,
right?
that's like think about it. That's like a movie about why you shouldn't smoke tobacco. Imagine how much money the tobacco company is gonna lose. That's billions and billions of dollars. Why would they?
Yeah, I mean,
why would
obviously
they're the ones who control the whole industry. Why would anybody allow that to happen?
I was actually talking to Ivan about that, and I was like what is it that people have to go through to be able to like feel like they need to do this to a little kid? You know what I mean?
Money,
like,
bro, is just money. They don't care, bro. They don't care about nothing.
I just think it's mind blowing to know that it's not just like a couple people are going through. This is a whole society, a
Oh, yeah,
lot
it's a
of
whole
people,
community, bro.
of people
Oh,
that
yeah.
do this.
It's a business, pretty
And
much a
it's
business.
like, why, dude? Like, what's going? Like, I don't know, man. I
It's
just,
just to me, it's just money, bro. And I understand it because you're gonna do whatever you can to make money.
honestly, how did it make you feel though? Like watching that movie. Like for me, I don't know if you guys ever remember like watching Passion of the Christ,
I haven't seen.
which is kind of weird because the same actor came out in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, the same actor. The main actor of this movie, Sound of Freedom, was Jesus in
Really?
Passion of the Christ. Yes.
I don't remember.
But walking out of Passion of the Christ, you felt like a sense of like,
I slept through the whole movie, bro.
yeah, but dude, whenever we were there, like
Y'all
a
were
bunch of
crying,
people there
huh?
were crying. It was a weird experience. Like we were so young. Why did we watch that movie?
I don't know,
It was during
bro.
the time whenever violence and crime wasn't like crazy as now. So our parents used to just drop us off at the movies. Imagine that, bro. We were like maybe 13 years old and our parents would just drop us off at the movie. And, whenever you're at the movies at the time, they'll have the little labels there that said, hey, at 6 p.m. this movie starts. So we'll be there from like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And we'll leave till like 9, 10 p.m.
Damn.
I
And
remember
we'll
driving,
watch like 5 movies that day.
driving our bikes all around the neighborhood, going through other neighborhoods,
Yeah.
walking home from school. Like you don't do that no more, bro.
Nah.
So I wouldn't let my kids do that.
Not at all,
Especially after
bro.
watching this movie, bro.
So watching this movie, I left there, saying to myself, like, oh my God, like I go through my day. I don't even think of anything like that. Right. And then the moment that you kind of like, it clicks, you're like, oh shit. I remember this one time, I was playing with my nephew outside and then there's van coming kind of passed by. Imagine if I wasn't there with my nephew, what could have happened? You know what I mean? Or let's say that, you were out at a bar or something like that and somebody could have done that to you. It doesn't matter how old you are. You just kind of like, you're so blinded to stuff that goes on around you that you think is a perfect world. But then it's like shit like this that happens and you're like, bro, this world is fucking insane, bro. Like there's so much sick people out there. How did it make you feel like knowing that you're a parent? Like do you see yourself doing certain things because it's like, oh shit, like now I kind of need to be careful? Or were you already doing all this shit before?
I was already doing it, bro. Me and my girl watch a lot of Swords and Scales, a lot of crime junkies, a lot of just cases of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bad because you're probably not going to give your kid the freedom they probably want, like we got.
Yeah.
But at least we get to know that, they're going to be safe.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
but
I mean? It kinda
you're
sucks,
different
but-
because you actually do like enjoy spending time with your kids. You take them out. They have their own little, adventures and you take them out to like be kids, versus just like ignoring them and just like hopefully they're entertained.
Yeah.
You spend time with them and I think that's really good. And then also like, you don't take being a dad for granted. You spend all your time with your kids, which is badass.
Another thing is most of the times that I was a kid growing up, I was always doing bad stuff anyway. So kind of like, don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's only certain things you can prevent your kids from doing.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is kind of like teach them morals, be there as more support, mentor them, and do anything you can. But at the end of the day, they're gonna make their mistakes, bro.
Yeah, man. Poor Teddy Bear.
What teddy bear?
The little kid's name was Teddy Bear.
Who?
Oh yeah, Osito.
Oh,
The main guy.
from the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this movie was. I was like, who teddy bear? This movie was crazy. It touched me. What about you, Ivan? How did it make you feel, bro?
Well, I went with Nelly, right? And I
Yeah.
told her in the beginning of the movie, I was like, bro, if I cry, I'm like, don't judge me.
Yeah.
Because like when it comes to stuff like that, I cry, bro. I don't care.
What exact part you started crying on?
It was whenever they finally got the boy and they were in the airport and the boy was like this, looking for his dad. And then finally,
my God,
and it
dude,
was
that
like he
scene,
ran to
bro.
his dad, hugged him. I was like, oh, like that got me.
The part that kind of got me was whenever that guy first bought the kid and he took him to that one room and you just see him close the curtains. I was like, man, I really didn't want him to go through that, but
Nah.
they kind of confirmed that he did. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
bro. No, so for me, it had to be that the part whenever the girl, obviously the main actor of the movie, her dream is to become like some sort of actress or singer or whatever, right? And she convinces her dad to take her to some auditions or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because of that woman.
because that woman, bro. And then they go through the process and everything. The dad leaves, comes back, nobody's there. He's like looking for them. Crazy. Imagine that feeling as a dad,
Yeah,
bro.
man,
Like, what the fuck did I just do, bro? Like, did I really just do this? You know,
like think about.
you hate yourself.
Yeah, man. Like, imagine like go to a casino and betting all your life savings and losing it, right? That's a feeling.
Yeah.
But imagine your kids. That's like times billion, bro.
Yeah, and they had no mom or what? That's what.
I don't know.
I guess not, but I'm saying like
Danish,
that. Imagine like how you feel as a single parent. You're supposed to be the dad. You're supposed to take care of your kids.
Yeah, you were left with that responsibility and you messed up.
And you messed up that bad, bro. You know, it was a perfect movie.
And then both of them. It wasn't just one.
Yeah, it was both of them, bro. It was like he was left with nothing. I think this movie for me, it was like, dude, from all the shit movies that we're seeing now, this was one of the movies that we needed to see. I loved every single part. I told Ivan and Yaneli, hey, watch this movie,
man.
bro.
Every part. There was not a part that was boring. And man, that guy
had balls, bro.
Everything was just perfect from the beginning to the end. Where you were just talking about that when it zooms in to her playing the thing, at the end it zooms out from her playing it.
It was like it connected perfectly.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had a dream one time where went to the Grand Canyon, me and my family. And I remember, I think it was one of my daughters, I forget who, kind of looked too much and tripped. And she fell to the Grand Canyon. And my first instinct was to like jump, grab her, and just throw her. And I just fall. You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to do that for my kid.
Right.
But he did it for some other kid. You know what I mean? Like imagine what he would do for his own kid.
Yeah, I think it was a buildup of like, damn, like my career, all my career, I've been having to like pretty much capture the people that are doing it, but I neglect to think about where the kids are at. So this time it's like man, whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do it to be able to like at least save one or a couple kids, you know?
She saved freaking 50 now or 100?
50 in that one,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the people that haven't seen this movie, I think you need to go see it. I mean, Hollywood was kind of trying their best to not shed light on this movie, but I don't know if it backfired or I don't know. I just think this movie has done so good in the past couple of days that it's been, or weeks that it's been on in the movie theater. So I think if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. You're not going to regret it. You're going to have, we're going to be entertained the whole movie. So for me, as far as a rating, I give it a 9 out of 10, bro, or 9.5. I think this movie was good. It was a good topic. Everything from the beginning to end was good. I just think it was up there.
I'll give it a 10, just because of the importance of it. Because I can't think of a part of the movie where I could say anything negative about it, even in a movie standpoint. You know what I mean? I always have something to say. Maybe it was too cliche. Maybe, you know what I mean? There was no proper ending, but
like there's usually that part that you're like, if I was watching this like by myself, I would have skipped this part.
Right. There was none of that.
I can't find a spot. No. Everything was pretty good. I like that homeboy, the one with the cigar. His acting was pretty good. Everything was good.
Beetle.
Him, everything was pretty good.
Yeah, cinematic.
Everything. I feel like
everything.
It
was
looked like
good.
it was apparently they didn't have that big budget for this movie, but it looked like they had all the budget in the world. Bro.
Also, how long was it?
A few years over before.
You talking about the movie?
COVID.
The whole movie. How long was it?
Oh, it was like a little bit over 2 hours.
Really, I felt like it was like. I felt. There's always that one movie, like every 2 hour movie. There's a spot where you can like, damn, the movie's still going. I kind of wanted to end already so I can leave.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that way. I kind of feel like.
Yeah.
I did feel like. Whenever before he went to go see the kid and they were telling him stuff and they were kind of wrapping it up, I got that feeling like, man, they should have got the other kid, but then they go get the other kid. You know what I mean? That was kind of cool. I
was telling Yaneli that it would have, obviously it wouldn't be cool, but I would love to watch other cases of him capturing, but like in movie form. You know what I mean? Because,
like a number 2.
Yeah, but obviously not number 2.
I just thought there was no wasted time in this movie. Is what I'm trying to say. There was no like there's always that one spot of the movie where like you say you just skip. There was no part.
I mean, the people that made this movie, they were even going to the extent of giving out free tickets just because they wanted people to go out and watch it at, like go
the
out.
Ending was badass,
there's no reason. They just go out there and watch it.
The fact that the movie is called Sound of Freedom and they were trying not to push it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
It
yeah,
already
that's
tells
how
you
ironic.
something.
Yeah.
It tells you something.
Even
bro.
when he said that,
yeah.
what did he say?
I think it was El Vampiro. He said something about like,
Yeah,
you hear that?
yeah,
It's the sound of freedom.
yeah. That's
It
another
was
spot
whenever
where I
they
was
got
like,
out 50 kids. I
yeah,
think.
in the island. That's another spot where I was
Yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be the end of today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you guys can keep up with our content. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Adios.
It's called Sound of Freedom. It's a movie about children who are trapped in a world that no one wants to look at. But the only way we're going to help them is if we have the courage to look. Now, right now, there are an estimated 2 million children being trafficked around the world. First step to helping them is getting people to hear their story. The vast majority of people agree that child trafficking is awful, but the vast majority of people also don't do anything about it. And it's mostly because they don't know what to do. Now you do. You can go to a movie theater and see this film. We all need to hear the stories of these kids. It's not easy, but I'm asking you to have the courage. A line is being drawn in the sand, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to decide if this is a cause that we're willing to fight for. Because going to the theater and seeing this movie is a statement. It's a statement that you're willing to learn about this dark reality. It's a statement that you are not sitting on the sideline on this issue. It's a statement that you are in this fight to get rid of child sex trafficking. Let's put political agendas aside and rally around a common cause. Let's rally around the cause of keeping our kids safe. I'm not asking you to go out and fist fight traffickers. Although if it was your kid, I'm sure you would. But I'm asking you to have the courage to watch this movie, because this movie is the start of something bigger than all of us. It's the start of people understanding this issue. It's the start of people taking a stand and saying, no more, no. You cannot touch my child, our children, because they are ours. If millions of us flock to the theater the weekend of the 4th of July, that sends a very loud signal to the world that we know what's happening and we're not going to be silent anymore. We need to shine such a bright light on this issue that we can no longer be ignored. Every parent and every teenager in America should see this movie the weekend, the 4th of July, when we became one nation under God. Let's make that week a historic event and the start of the end of child trafficking all over the world. Click the link to pre-order your tickets and to pay it forward for someone else to see this movie 4th of July week. Because the only way we're going to make a difference is if millions of people see this movie, if millions of people will finally look, and if millions of us all come together and walk towards the sound of freedom.